there's more vendors and different vendors every year. The biggest thing about Street Fest is that during the time period that it is, the whole community comes together. All the vendors are from our local vendors, and you see everyone in town during this time. So, to me, it's just a great time to see your friends and everyone you haven't seen throughout the year.
Welcome to the St. Anthony Street Fest. Here you will find everything from fried pickles and fried Oreos to delicious homemade peach cobbler and fresh apple cider. St. Anthony is located about 4 hours east of Boise, with a population of approximately 3,600. It is a beautiful little town full of charm and community spirit. When you think of Idaho, think of nature. St. Anthony is a perfect example of the many small towns that make up the state. Here, you can enjoy swimming, fishing, and hunting, all while being part of a close-knit community where everyone knows each other. For now, home prices remain reasonable, making it an inviting place to live. The Street Fest has been running for over 40 years, and it just keeps getting bigger every year. They shut down the entire downtown to host the market, and it feels like the whole town comes out to shop. I will definitely be coming back to this market again.
My name is Rhonda Roberry, and I am the owner of The Colonel. We're a big deal, and I come to Summerfest to enjoy the community in this beautiful Idaho state. I serve gourmet popcorns. I have caramel to apple. My most famous is the dill pickle popcorn. We do cheddar, Chicago, all different flavors of popcorn, and then also candy. And I learned about Summerfest through, it was actually through social media. And I wanted to give it a try. I just love the community. I'm not from here. I'm from Pocatello, so I traveled to come here, but it's going to be great. It's fun. So you can contact me through Facebook, or I have a website. It's The Colonel. We're a big deal. And my next event is going to be in Island Park, and that's actually tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. That's where you can find me.
I know where I'm eating my dinner tonight.
El pollo loco, tu comida es muy delicioso.
Today I'm with Sherry. She's the St. Anthony Chamber of Commerce coordinator. And we are here at Chef Fest. This is once a year they put this together. Sherry, can you tell us the history of this event and how you got involved with it yourself?
So our great question is we don't know how long this has actually been running. I took it over 26 years ago, and I've been doing it since 2000, or since 2020, I guess. And it's been running for probably 20 years before then, at least. We don't have the official record, but I've been doing it. I got involved because the company I worked with wanted to be a liaison or have a say in the Chamber of Commerce's in the St. Anthony and Rexburg area. I chose the St. Anthony area because that's where I live. I live out in Parker. And within a few days, they had me being the event coordinator. So I've been helping out since 2000.
So you personally been involved for about 16 years?
26 years.
26 years.
26 years.
And how has it been?
I like it. I don't call it work. I love what I do. That's why I keep doing it. The chamber has kind of struggled off and on through the years trying to do events and stuff, but we do 3 major events every year. This is the St. Anthony Summerfest is one. St. Anthony Free Fisherman's Breakfast that we do on Memorial Day, the Friday before Memorial Day is one. And then we do a craft fair called the Hometown Emporium in November. And that's pretty much what our chamber does, is bring the Summerfest and the Fisherman's Breakfast brings about 3,000 people to town at each event.
And I know as a Chamber of Commerce,
sometimes it can be a struggle to get small business to participate, right?
Correct.
And how do you guys go about doing that? Because I feel like this is a small town. Is it a struggle to get them?
It is a super struggle to get people to participate. The problem I think we run into in our town is that everybody is doing 10 jobs. So because we have very few people in our town, the same person is doing, baseball, they're being a teacher, they're helping out in their church, and everybody wears a lot of hats and they think they have too much to do. So this is one of our lowest numbers for chamber members that we've had this year. But we are doing events trying to get people to come in, but we tell our businesses we can't help them if we don't know how we can help them. So they need to come talk with us and tell us how we can help them.
Yeah, because sometimes a lot of business, they don't know the Chamber of Commerce have grant resources to help them. How do you go about spreading the word to convince them to, hey, we can help you with your business plan, we can help with your marketing? Because a lot of them don't know that, right?
A lot of them do know that because I've been knocking on their doors for 20 years. We're kind of the old-fashioned hometown way. Our new president and vice president, Chad and Noli, have actually went around door to door to the businesses, invited them, asked them questions, seen what we could do to help them. That's kind of how we've done it for the last 15, 20 years. We do send out invoice letter, membership letter in about November, December to all the businesses that's in the area, and then they can just email that back into us or send it back into us. Some years we've had as many as 60. This year we have less than 10.
Wow. And I guess, what is the future of this event? I guess not only the Shop Fest in August, but the other one that you do throughout the year. What is the goal you're trying to accomplish?
This goal for Summerfest is it started out years ago as all the local farmers. At the end of August, we have lots of zucchini, tomatoes, and garden produce. So when it first started, all the farmers would bring in their garden produce and sell and all their stuff. And now it's kind of morphed into more of the food eateries and the food trailers, some craft vendors and stuff. But it is just a way to help. We try to help the local people as much, promote their products, and to have people come out and just have a good time and meet with their neighbors and hang out.
And how do you go and find those vendors? Do you just get vendors only in St. Anthony, or do you approve as many vendors wherever they come from Idaho or Utah? Because my wife know about your guys because she's local,
right?
But she doesn't live here anymore. How do you recruit vendors to come here?
So a lot of our vendors, I lovingly call them my repeat offenders. Some of my vendors have been coming here as long as I have been. So they keep coming for years. A lot of them are local, they know it. In years past, I had a guy come all the way from Salt Lake that used to bring bouncy houses down, and he'd come down every year. But a lot of it is just word of mouth. Also, we have one of our other chamber members is Black Bear Farms, and they do all the farmers markets and stuff. And so they talk to a lot of vendors throughout the farmers markets and their summertime events and invite them to come to this event too.
I know some markets struggle to get farmers because a lot of farmers don't want to come to small event,
right? Because
they feel like they're not going to be able to sell. Do you run into that issue here or not much?
We don't have a lot of the local farmers coming anymore. Our Black Bear Farms is not able to come this year due to some circumstances in their family that they had. But they do the homemade jellies and peaches and stuff. But a lot of our people just aren't growing the fruits and vegetables anymore. A lot of people don't have gardens anymore. So everybody goes to the store and buy it. So that's kind of why this has turned into more commercial than homegrown.
Even for Idaho?
Even for Idaho.
I would have assumed there's a lot of small gardener here, and
there's very few, and most of them use it for their family. So
I see. I guess a lot of people sometimes they want to go to an event, but there's a booth fees that you have to pay.
Right.
Do you run into small people complaining the booth fees too high, or do you feel like it's reasonable for this event?
I believe our booth spaces are extremely reasonable. We charge $50 for a 15-foot spot. If you're a chamber member, you get one of those half off. if you go to other vendor and markets and craft fairs, some people are paying up to 150 to 200 bucks a spot. So we just keep ours the same. It's been the same price for a few years now, but yeah, I think it's very reasonable considering the amount of people we bring to their front door.
I agree. $50 is not that much. But Sherry, you've been doing this for 26 years. You know, you might love it, but at the end of the day, I don't think you're gonna continue to do it for another 26 years. Maybe. What is the plan for when you are not doing it? Who's gonna do this?
Haven't even thought about it. My daughter's helped me, so she may be the one end up taking it over when I don't do it anymore. But right now, we'll just got another few years in it.
And how can people contact you guys?
They can go to the St. Anthony Chamber of Commerce website and see all our events.
All right. Thank you, Sherry, and thank you for chatting with me today, okay?
Thank you.